Good evening. My name is Bridgette Hudson, and I am the Communications and Alumni Relations Specialist for the Summer Medical and Dental Education Program, and I work at the Association of American Medical Colleges. And my presentation today is called The Achiever's Guide to Finding Your Summer Experience. So when I think about an achiever, I think they have a particular mindset. They're action-oriented, they're great at communication, they're hopeful, innovative, they're explorers, value-oriented, they're good at execution, and they manage their relationships. So when you think of being action-oriented, an achiever definitely would have an action plan. They have a checklist of what they want to accomplish and who is going to help them work with that plan. So for instance, they work with their advisors. You can develop a plan that includes not just your academic schedule, but also includes your summer plans. And it's great to have a plan because this gives you the opportunity to make adjustments based on your needs during the spring and the summer. Achievers are also great at communication, and that means that they actually are really good at letting people know what their interests are. They talk to you, they talk to their peers, they follow up with people that they're in communication with, and they also follow through on the things that they say they're going to do. Being hopeful. So achievers are hopeful because this is very important, especially as you think about the long career journey for medicine. You need to be optimistic and persistent in what you're doing because you may not always get the answers or a yes for everything that you're trying to do. Achievers are also effective. They're effective at managing the process. So if you think about a summer experience, there's a lot of different parts to it. You have letters of recommendation, your transcripts. So really being effective at managing the process and knowing what you need to do and when you need to do it is great for you to think about when you're looking for your summer experience. And the great thing about it is that not only is it important for you to know when to apply, it's also know where you need to find those summer experiences. So what I know from experience is that most summer programs and summer opportunities are usually advertised in the fall to early January, and they have deadlines closer to late February to April. So you definitely need to be aware of what these timelines are so you can effectively manage your summer plans and also working your plan. They're also great at innovation. That's what achievers are doing. So in terms of if you look at summer opportunities and you cannot find something that's going to work for you, you can create it. You can work with your academic advisor. You could talk to a professor or someone in the community that you have an interest in working with and just letting them know what you want to do, and they can help you craft a plan so you can create an experience if one's not out there for you. This is great to be flexible because you want to be thinking about how can I get this done? You want to think and not but. So if you want to think about what you want to do in terms of finding new summer opportunities, you want to strive for workability. So that's really what you should think about in terms of being creative and being innovative in what you want to do in your summers. The other mindset I think achievers have that can really be of value to you as you look for your summer experiences is that they're value-oriented. And that means that they consider how these experiences are going to enhance or add value to their long-term goals. And part of it is really understanding how does that fit into the plan that you already developed with your advisor. And your value and the value added from your summer experience, it doesn't have to be purely academic. It could be something that meets your community needs. It could be a social value, and that's just as important as an academic experience that's going to enhance your career goals. And finally, achievers are great at execution. And this is important as well when you think about your summer experiences. You don't want to miss deadlines. You want to make sure you have all your documentations, and you want to follow through with all the things that you say you're going to do as far as you look at these summer experiences. And finally, achievers are really great at managing relationships. They are really good at talking to people, making sure their networks know what exactly it is that they're interested in doing, and they make sure that they stay in communication with their peers, their colleagues, so that they have their summer experience and they actually will have resources available to them as they work and maintain those relationships. So now that you know what an achiever's mindset is and how you can use that to apply to your summer experience, first you want to start with the why. So when you look for an experience, you want to think about what you want to try to get out of it. You start with maybe asking some questions such as, is a health career right for me? How can this experience actually help me with my long-term goals? And is it something that I'm passionate about? How can this help me get to my ha-ha moment? And then when you also look at these experiences, you want to think about which one is right for me. So do you have opportunities that are available in different geographic location? They have different lengths. They're paid versus unpaid, and they're in different areas, whether it's research, academic, or boot camp style. So there's a lot of different opportunities out there, and just making sure that when you look at your plan, think about which one is right for you and what your career needs are at that time. So where can you find these? There's a couple of great databases that you can search for your next career or summer experience. ExploreHealthCareers.org has a great database of summer opportunities, whether you're in K through 12 space all the way up to post-baccalaureate experiences. It is also a great resource for just general advice on career exploration, information about scholarships, and also just little great short snapshots of the outlook for each health career or health profession. The AAMC website is also another great resource. They also list pipeline and outreach programs, whether it's research or whether it's something shorter or something to do with biomedical research. They also have those opportunities listed as well. And you can find that under the Finding Getting Experiences section on the Aspiring Docs page of our website. So the next slide is just some listings of where you can find your summer opportunity. And the other place that you may want to consider when you're looking for opportunities is if there's a particular institution, medical school or otherwise, that you're interested in attending. They usually have some form of academic or enrichment program that is a part of that institution. So that could be a great resource or a source for you to look for as well. So now that we've talked about where you can find these programs, we talked about the mindset of an achiever and how you can use that in your searchers, academic enrichment programs. I want to talk to you specifically about the program that I work with, and it's called the Summer Medical and Dental Education Program. SMDEP is a free 6-week academic enrichment program that is supported by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. It is targeted towards freshmen and sophomores who have an interest in careers in medicine or dentistry. The program is actually held at 12 sites across the U.S. The eligibility for the program is you need to be a freshman or sophomore, have an overall GPA of 2.5, and just have a general interest in medicine and dentistry. As I mentioned earlier, the sites are 12 across the country, and here's a listing that you can see. We have programs over in the West Coast, East Coast, and in the middle of the country. And when you do your application, you get to select up to 3 sites at a time. So in terms of the application process for SMDEP, our application opens November 1 each year. We require a letter of recommendation, and you can get that from one of your advisors, whether it's your pre-health advisor or another professional that you work with that can speak to your ability and your interest. If you are a freshman, we know that you may not have developed a lot of relationships in schools in your college career, so you can actually ask your science professor or your guidance counselor to write your letters of recommendation for you for this program. There's also an essay component for the application, and it's 2 essays that's going to talk about your passion, your interest in the field of medicine. And during the process, we have 12 sites, but you're allowed to select up to 3 that you're interested in attending. You also are required to submit your college transcripts. And even if you just started out, as I mentioned, freshman, this may not be, you may not have your grades until the end of December, early January, so you can still go ahead and open the application November 1. And as soon as you receive your grades and your transcripts, you can add it to your file. So that's just a little bit about my program, SMDEP, but I wanted to leave you with a few takeaways. So as we talked about using the achiever's mindset, it's using your networks or really making those networks work for you. That means partnering with your academic advisor, talking to your peers and colleagues, and then doing your research as well through these trusted databases that I listed earlier, and most importantly, understanding and knowing when to apply and making sure that you apply early. Thank you. Any questions? Sure. Right. So the question is, how do you use your contacts and networks to set up a summer experience that is not basically an official part of any program? So my advice is to actually craft something, draft a document yourself, sort of like I would say like a narrative, a justification. So you have a professor in mind, and you're saying, hey, I'm interested in doing this type of research. I know it's not available anywhere, but I would like to work with you. What you want to do is that you want to lay it out for him and saying how you envision that could look like, and then how he can help you, or he or she can help you to make that happen. What you want to do is also think about, what concerns they may have. So then you'll have a counterpoint or some sort of narrative or justification to say, hey, I know this is a concern about whether or not you feel like you're going to be giving me everything that I needed, and here's how we can approach it. We could have check-ins every other week. I can draft a short, I could do a lit review of something, or just do a small presentation so you can keep a track where I'm at. So you basically are building it for him and then having them serve as, I would say, more of a sponsor and a mentor to help you with that process. So that's how I would approach it. You're welcome.